Hi everybody, and welcome to, well, this one's a bit different. Civil War, Warhammer 3. I figured for happy Halloween spooky month of October to everybody, we do, the spookiest faction of them all, which, I'll continue the campaign. But, I'll show them right here. Vampire Counts. Followed, of course, by, Tomb Kings of Nahikar. Vampire Coast is also pretty spooky. Yeah, I've been a big fan. I'll let them make those noises. Big fan of the series. I've been playing Warhammer games since... collecting figures since the 80s. Been playing the games technically since the 80s. Some of the early RPG systems and stuff. But mostly got into it in the early 90s. And yeah, I've been a Vampire Counts guy. I was Undead before then. The armies I play, tabletop, are Beastmen, Tomb Kings, Lizardmen, Vampire Counts, Bretonia, Dwarves, and that's it. I would like to play Chaos Dwarves, but I never had the money. They're expensive as all heck. And I did play Skaven for a couple of years. And I did play Khorne. But Vampire Counts is really where my heart's been at. I've always liked to play the Dead Thing faction, so that's why we're going spooky with them for the Halloween month. And I decided to go with Helm and Ghorst because as much as he was a bad pick for a legendary lord, and lore-wise, he's boring as all heck, he's probably one of the more fun legendary lords to actually play in-game. But with that out of the way, I do not do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100% trophies, or achievements. Play games for fun. The sole goal of mine, to invade your phones and your homes. And to kind of give that feeling of like we're hanging out. Both sitting on the couch together, just playing games, shooting the breeze. My subscribers, I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all. As long as one of y'all sticks with me, keep doing videos. And you drive by American viewers, welcome. Hope you stay a while and you do listen. But now, what I like to do when I play these games, I have a bad habit of, and I wish they would change this. I also wish they'd add a character creation tool for you to implement. But I'll reload and load and start new games until I get the starting traits that I want. And when it comes to Vampire Counts, for example, let me make sure the settings are okay too. Yeah, you can see I have the AI stat modifier on negative for my benefit. Since I am playing on very hard, battle difficulty normal, maybe I'll put on easy. I don't know. And the reason for that is, well, they already get massive benefits at very hard. I just look to play to have fun. Yeah, we can do that, at least. And that's what I figured I'd do. Also, my computer is whining like a baby for some reason. But for Vampire Counts, what I try to get is Dread Incarnate. Because I like the leadership bomb, which is something I used to do a lot on the tabletop. Outside of that, I like to go for things like Disciplined, just to help make these a little bit tougher, a little bit better. Let's get into it. Helm and Ghorst. Why I like him? Because he's such a generic legendary lord. I like to create my own character as best as I can using the limited systems that this game has, because being an old-timey fantasy player, we used to be able to make your own characters out of like generic lords, you know? And I always thought that was neat, those RPG aspects. And I wish that they had that implemented somehow. Don't get me wrong, CA's done an amazing job. I wouldn't put the hours in that I have. Wouldn't have been buying all 3 of the Warhammer games, Total War, if they didn't do a good job. I wouldn't have bought the collector's editions. Well, at least for 3. I didn't get 3. 3 didn't have a good collector's edition. Actually, I want you to be 2. Can I? How do I do this? This is group. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. And then I'll put you at 2, you at 3. And you know what? You can be 1. Alright. Helm Ghorst also gets some amazing benefits to the faction, such as giving zombies and skeletons poison, which, I mean, with crypt ghouls and crypt horrors, they don't lack it, but it helps make your basic terrible infantry a little bit better. It gives faction-wide buffs to zombies, which is always a good thing. So you can kind of zombie spam. Bad news, you kind of have to manually play out battles. But that's right. Black Coach. I own like 3 of these models. I love them. The old style ones. I don't own the new style one. Not that I don't like the new one. One for Age of Sigmar. It's just I like these models a lot better. There's a simplicity in the design that I find pretty solid. But you'll see what I mean about creating my own character kind of thing when we get there. They're just gonna run. And these are just zombies, so I really don't care if they die. But yeah, main factions I like to play on tabletop in order: Vampire Counts, Tomb Kings, then my Beastmen, and then sadly my Lizardmen. They have more options than Beastmen. You're not as pigeonholed in how you play. I'm doing this for a reason. I want to get as many kills as possible. That's fine, I'll go into that. Get untangled. We can fast forward a bit. And we'll use this to heal up stuff. Playing on very hard. For the campaign bit. That way there's more battles to fight, more enemies to get, more income. Next. Channeling staff, huh? Minus 10% cooldown spells, that's always helpful. Execute. Get the extra experience. Alright, we didn't quite level up. And Ghorst also has a Caravan of Blue Roses, which is great. Blue is my favorite color. Last name's Rose. We're going to take Monopoly Gorge. Warhammer is like a comfort food. It's a comfort game I like to go back to. Speed up. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Yeah, I'm not worried about losing. Zombies of all things.
I will bathe in their blood. I lust for battle. Ghorst cat. We are dead.
Yeah, and just do the slow grind.
Rise, rise, rise. It's done. Time to rise. Now, with haste.
Pick off the stragglers. Plus, I think he causes terror. Yeah. Another benefit, immune to contact effects. That's what Helm and Ghorst gives us.
They will suffer. Willing servant. Kill them. The power is mine. For the night.
Take these guys forever to get back into the battle, so don't worry about them. And also, another reason I picked Helm and Ghorst over the mad Chad lad himself, Vlad von Karstein. Von Karstein, kind of like Frankenstein, is I like necromancers. More so than vampires. How many kills we get? 131. More than 40, more than 80. So he's got what? Flaming and vigor per second. And damage resistance. 40%. Strider. Really shouldn't matter much because we're going to end the turn anyways and recoup over losses, but just an old habit. Kills 174, 100. Okay. +4 leadership. +5/+5. And we'll only make zombies chunkier boys the more we level up. I might auto resolve some battles, if anything, just to try and get grave markers, battle sites up. Because that's the only thing that saves vampire counts right now, since they haven't been touched with too many updates since Warhammer 2, I think. Alright, Charm Shield's a nice one. Arminity. Training. Alright, another -4 to leadership. And let us do research. Let me see if I can't change this just to high. Keep unit size. Fog low. It's fine. We'll just go high. See if that helps my computer not feel like it's gonna strain itself. It's weird. Sometimes it plays fine. Like I didn't have the problem when I was doing Vampire Coast, but certain parts of the map I noticed strains it a lot more than others. Like when I did my Vampire Coast recently over here, computer didn't have any issues. Even when I did my Wood Elf, but on this side of the map, yeah, it's a bit weird. More zombies. You at war with. Only got one. Help me complete a province by doing that. Let's try and rush Blood Kisses. No. Our units are going to be sucky for a while anyway, so. Alright, let's get a bait lord out, huh? Let's do Devious. Because that will help with, our hero's action success for building Blood Kisses, hopefully. Friends. Alright, just checking. hopefully everyone's having a good spooky month. Oh, I forgot he's over here now.
Ghorst. Darkness calls. Moor's prophecy. March.
I've been trying to do very hard campaigns and legendary campaigns, more so. Minus the combat, because, well, again, the AI gets more than the buffs just by being on very hard victory conditions. That's a big one for vampire counts. Casualty punishment. Wins magic power capacity reserves, always good. What do you got? Just that one?
Bats and wolves gather.
5 and 6, 6 and 7.
Can I assist? Explain why you should never. What do you say? Let there be blood. Attack! Darkness comes. Everything lies. Follow me. You dare move us.
Close victory. What do we got? Yeah. I'm gonna auto resolve first. See how it shakes out. I'll take it. I'll do this. And I can go in and manually fight it, and regardless of how that turns out. He's dead. We really want to unlock these. Mainly Lord of the Scourge, level 13. +6 and +4. Let me see what I can do again. Medium. Forgot what settings I had it on. Originally did. Let me go medium on everything. See if that helps. I am playing with 3090, as you see.
Necromancer.
Alright. Now the question. You want my units to suck less?
Corpse master.
Get the healing up. Curse of Undeath. Normally I like to build up my units. And that's so I can get like Death Resurgent 24 and 16. And a lot of people would like to rush for Wind of Death, but Wind of Death is far from being as amazing as it used to be.
Soon I'll be all-powerful.
Let's see.
Find me charnel pits. The scent of death is strong. My puppet starves.
Okay. Alright, now I reload. And then we'll see how poorly I do in an actual battle. Lord knows it's not going to be that good. Because, yeah, I'm okay at RTS games. For Total War games, I am not that good. Also, upgrade to a solid state drive.
Dark magic is mine to command. Never. Nay, kill, rise.
Again, I go zombies because playing home in Ghorst. Why wouldn't you?
Darkness comes. Move. The spirits agree. Strike out.
Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Destroy the...
Give this a try. I'll reload my A save anyways, but this is how I like to do it. Oh man, I messed up, didn't I? Yeah, I didn't want to. I wanted to give AI control of the other army. It shouldn't matter. One, 2, and 3. What we got? Noblars. I know some Noblar trappers up in there somewhere. So yeah, you see the difficulty modifier is in my favor because I like to cheat as much as the AI does. Again, very hard. Like by turn 10, they'll have like 4 stacked, armies. Most factions. I also like Helm Ghorst's starting location. Because you're near Drazhoath, I think his name is. Chaos Dwarf. And he gives you plus 15% to your settlement income.
Rise now! Rise! Rise! Helm and Ghorst. Helm and Ghorst.
You guys just go after that. You just keep chomping.
They will come when I call. There shall be darkness. 'Tis. 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 'Tis.
As you can see,
Corpse cat.
it's definitely more in my favor.
The power is mine. Swiftly. Attack.
Crash angle. Yeah, any damage they do. You'll just back up. We're just doing this to get them to break. I need you to run. I don't need you to, but... Get this here for the passive regeneration. We get from Master of the Dead. We just let it run out the clock. Let everything regenerate that can. It's kind of boring, but old vampire count tactic. Now, back in the day in Warhammer 1, there was no regen ceiling. Like, you could just regen back to full health. And I didn't think it was unbalanced for campaign. Many disagreed. I felt it was loreful, flavorful, and they should have kept it. They didn't. Maybe I'll go back through these. Maybe I should save battles and kind of do it that way, huh? Look, we only lost 185 manually fighting versus what happened when we auto-resolved. So maybe we should stick with that. We'll see if we get magic items and crap.
Death is only the beginning.
I mean, everyone leveled up. That's nice. But
Corpse master. Ghorst, master of
I'll show you something I do to mitigate playing on these harder difficulties like this, right? We'll label this X just in case A ends up being too bad. That's usually what I do. Split pass. Ways to circumvent getting involved in too many wars, ways to get out of too many wars, ways to make allies, even allies out of your enemies that you're at war with. If I do another one of these videos, I don't know how popular they're going to be because I'm not a professional. But I can show you some advice. I refuse to call it tips and tricks. Some advice I can recommend. The way I was able to clear Vampire Coast pretty easy. Snare and Discipline will take that.
puppet stars.
I'm just getting more spearmen just for a little bit more oomph. Mainly the melee defense, so things hold out a bit longer. Because with vampire counts, it's more about the slow grind than it is anything else. Something I don't like is how corruption works. Vampire counts take damage when they're on uncorrupted. That's not very loreful. They did it more for balancing reasons. But in the lore, vampire counts aren't really restricted by that because they have the ability to... in some cases, vampires are immune to the sun. They just might be weakened. Alright, so we got our first blood kiss. Now this is where I can show you some advice on what I do. I did that, but now I'm going to start going down this way. Okay. But in lore, vampire counts are not restricted by sunlight. Some of them are completely immune to the negative effects. Some of them just get nauseated or might be weaker. And then others can be burned by sun. But ways they circumvent that in the lore is they blot out the sun with swarms of bats. They cause storm clouds. Right, let's see what we can pull here. What do I want to run with this time? Do I want to go with Crypt? Ambush 20%. Weapon strength 15%. I'm going to go... I think I'm going to go with a Strigoi this time.
They will serve.
Fleet-footed. I don't want that. So load. Now this only works sometimes. Sometimes reloading will kind of recycle the pool, so the trait listing, and this is where I wish you could create a character, CAC as I call it. So then you could create and tweak your own character. Also, it'd be neat if you could tweak like your skill trees a bit too, so you could make like your own unique, flavorful character. That's something I'd love to see CA implement. Or a modder towards the end of the life of the game. Because I'd love to be able to make my own characters. Let's try it again. What do we get trait-wise this time? Master of the Black Arts. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm not going to run with this, but I want to see what he comes with. Spirit Leech, does he? Yeah, so... maybe if I ran... Blood Dragon? Which is what I usually run. They were my favorite. Even still... Why is my computer straining so bad? I was not doing this before. That irks me. But in lore, vampire counts didn't get their weaknesses even until Nagash got pissed off at them not answering his call. In fact, one of the previous editions, 5th, maybe 6th, there was a neat little blurb about that, about how like even holy symbols of Sigmar or even holy symbols in general don't affect most vampires. They had like a finger and a cross on a mat showing the ridiculousness of it. So see if I went with him, that'd be fine, because Spirit Leech isn't a bad ability. It would give him an extra bit of punch in dueling. I want to play a Strigoi. So how do we circumvent this? Well, if you want a trait farm, you can do a couple things. Or cycle the traits out. If we go back to the autosave, let's see if that works. First, let's see if going diplomacy will matter. every time you do a character action, every time you do a trade deal or some type of diplomacy,
Oh, I got a hunger on, and you're meat, so you better play nice.
well, I don't want to piss off Greasius.
Gonna tenderize you for a
So let's join a war against him. For him. Alright. And we did that. This should give us a new trade selection.
Dark magic is mine to
See? Now, also reloading this should give us a different trade pool. Well, I messed that up. So we'll try it again. And this is the slow process I do when I'm trying to create my own mini character type of story and narrative. And again, I just wish we could pick our own traits. I know people would then say, well, then you'd only pick the strongest. And it's like, yeah, sometimes. But sometimes if I'm trying to play a certain character, I want to try and craft an army around a character. It'll allow me to experiment. Instead of relying on this randomness, how they would go about doing it, I don't know.
to find out how I became tyrant of tyrants.
Oh, this is even better. Gives us a trade deal. Alright, so let's do that. Save A. Now do this. And gives us tactician. Alright. Now this should give us either tactician or aggressive. I don't think it'll cycle the pool out. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait. And the reason I kind of try and rush the right trait through manipulation is because you have the great albino Croxagore, who, if you can defeat him quick enough, you get plus 10 melee defense, which is massive. So Lore Keeper we don't really want. Well, Lore Keeper's not bad, but it's not what we're looking for. I probably won't play this campaign to full. This is mainly just to gauge if there's any interest in watching me play. And if there is, I'll do less save scumming and more focused gameplay. I'll take my lumps. Try one more time. See if it's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck at Lore Keeper. Okay. All right. Now the other thing is sometimes with autosaves, if you do an autosave right before autosave, it'll reflush the traits. Can't remember if hiring and firing a lord also does too, but that's pretty expensive, especially early on. I'd love to do Necromancer as a character, but the problem with the Necromancer is they really don't get too many bonuses and buffs for what small niche that they fill. And we'll do an X here for this. Alright, so we've got confident now. We don't want confident. Alright, Strigoi get poison innately, so we don't really want cunning. Try to get Weapon Master, I think is what it's called. Or Strong. I find that's more beneficial. Cunning's okay if you go like Blood Dragon, but Dread Incarnate, we don't need it because they ride Terrorgeists, which causes terror. And the enemy leadership, well, we don't need to worry about that because we have a guy who already does that. I know. Probably saying just go on with it, get on with it, but this is kind of how I do a lot of my campaigns when I'm trying to make a character. And I usually have a theme to it. All right. One last time. Should be Dread Incarnate, right? Because, well, what do we have Lord-wise to pick? Tough, Devious. What's Tough give us again? 25 armor, 5 melee. So Strong is what we'd like. But if not Strong, then... not Dread Incarnate. Okay. Alright, can we do anything else? Could assault Garrison, but it's not worth it to piss them off. So we'll wait a turn. We'll see what we can get away with.
Magic is mine to command. Darkness comes. Demented. The dead shall rise. You are mistaken. Into the night. I will attend to it. I will.
Zombietide. Alright, so this is my trick, or my advice. Let's go with that. My advice for if you're ever having a tough time in a campaign, settlements aren't worth it. Okay? Say I'm at war with them, right? Like this, right? We're at war. Let's see if this works. Look at that. And I can get a chunk of gold. So what you want to do is you want to capture as many settlements as you can. Build red buildings. Build unit production buildings. As many as slots are available. The more you have, just build tier 1. Alright? The more you have, the more valuable it is. Because what happens is the AI overvalues buildings with unit production. And by doing that, You can get yourself out of wars. You can make yourself alliances. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to. It really shoots up your relationship with the faction, even if you're at war with them. Even if they have an innate animosity towards your faction, which most factions have against vampire counts. Now, actually, let me go back to the autosave, because I forgot to do the thing where I ally with them for a trade agreement by joining wars against factions that I'll more than likely never see. So that's my advice for how to get yourself out of a mess if you've gotten into too many wars. Just find settlements, throwaway settlements, and use them as a resource to just don't build resource building, don't build growth.
I'll take everything you want. Nothing you can do about it. You're the great.
If I do this, no, non-aggression backwards. Well, you know what? We want the extra income. Let's do a trade agreement. Ideally, if we could get both, that'd be wonderful, but you'll see me, if I do continue with these videos, you'll see me use a settlement feature to get myself out of some hairy situations.
I'll take everything you want.
If I go to war against all three, what do I get? That and this, huh? Yeah. Can get some money out of it too, but that's fine. I'm gonna do a T. And let's check now. Determined. Don't want determined. Oh man. CA, you need to fix it. Let us pick our own traits. If you can't. That's my biggest gripe with how many hours I put into this game, so it's a small one. It just takes time. It's something if I edit it out, then you'd think, oh man, he gets nothing but the good traits all the time. It's not really how it plays. Aggressive is fine, but it's not what I want. For the future, I do hope they add Nagash. Give us an actual proper Necromancer faction would be nice. Some Dieter Hellschnicht. Lord Keeper again. Got to pick a damn blood dragon. Maybe I should pick Blood Dragon. Go Graveguard heavy. Aggressive. Now, problem with the vampire faction at this point, vampire counts is there's really no reason to get a basic vampire lord or a Strigoi. And you get the bloodlines. Vampires, they just add too much.
They will serve. Darkness comes. Move! My cruelty knows no limits. Shuffle this way. Dark magic is mine to command. My puppet starts.
So even if he fails. Oh man, now the question is, do I really want to go Blood Dragon? Yeah, we'll go Strigoi. We'll see. I want to see some of the Strigoi real quick. Yeah, they come with regeneration. Blood Dragon comes with Frenzy. Heck, I'd probably even take Tough at this point.
My puppet starts.
And scout the ruins. I'll give him an extra pip. Z. Okay, yeah.
Darkness knows is vitally important.
They do have more armor. Okay, go back to X then. No real reason to push the issue unless we have to. Now I'm kind of torn. Oh my God, Strigoi. It does get regeneration, which is a big boon. I'm overthinking it, but it's because I played the game so much that I like to overthink it. Alright.
My cruelty knows no limits. Give them death! They will serve. Very good. Let there be blood.
Take it. Alright, let me shut that window real quick. Let me do this too. See if that helps. Doesn't seem to. Alright, let's do low. Let's do off. See if that helps. I do prefer performance when it comes to this. It doesn't seem to help.
Helm and Ghorst. Darkness calls.
Alright. Master of the Dead. Look how it looks there. Yeah. I don't know why it does this with. I think it has to do with the corruption, doesn't it? Okay.
Corpse master. Ghorst.
Go Blood Dragon.
I am ready.
Oh, discipline's not bad, but 286. I mean, your basic Strigoi Ghoul King's not terrible, but your Vampire Lord, because at least the Strigoi Ghoul King has a regeneration. Yeah, I'm not gonna manually fight that battle just because I'm trying to get this guy out if I can. But those are some of the advice I have for when you're playing the game. You can manipulate what traits the Lord gets by doing different actions. You can manipulate it by diplomacy.
Tell me.
I can manipulate it by
Intend to assist the Lord of Shangyang.
doing something like this, right?
Acceptable.
Q. Make sure to go back to R. Did that. Fleet-footed. Back to fleet-footed. We don't want fleet-footed. We cut deals with folks on that end. Hopefully to give us a little bit of breathing room. Now, Vampire Counts has a weird victory condition where with Helm and Ghorst, I'd recommend Manfred, because his is a lot easier to complete the long campaign victory. Here, look at this. We have to force our way west into here. And take all of this over, and that's going to be a hot pocket belly of resistance. And Vampire Counts haven't been on the short end of the stick for years. Means that it's discipline again. Means we're gonna have a tough time against the Empire when we get there. Then if we start, well, Lad's gonna have a tough start nowadays. But Manfred can avoid all that for the most part. He's stuck in the dust bowl.
My puppet starts. I'll comply. Death is
Just keep adding zombies on zombies.
They shall disperse.
Also, I did the auto-resolve, cause more casualties. I lose more, but now I have a raised dead spot here. So I can get that pool going.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Beware.
Liber Noctis. What's they give us? Neat stuff, but nothing we need to even bother with yet.
Corpse master.
I don't want Lorekeeper. The turns will go by a lot quicker once I get the trade I want. But until I do, it's going to be slow going. Emmerich is supposed to have a hard campaign. I might try an Emmerich campaign sometime. Or maybe I'll wait until they get their DLC. Disciplined. Not bad, but don't want it. Not on the Lord character. I want Weapon Master. Strong. Like I said, I'd probably even take Tough at this point. So. But yeah, if anything you want to take away from this, how to trait farm for Bloodline Vampire traits, or even your regular Lord, well, less so your regular Lord traits for other factions. And also if you get caught up in a war, or if you find yourself needing money. Like, if we trade him Shambletown. Like, how much you use this? 5,000 for that. I wouldn't do it to break up a province, but it's a pretty sweet deal. And if you trade a capital city, you'll get even more. I've gotten upwards to 80,000. I believe.
Bring me flesh to craft. Never. I relish the opportunity. As you command.
Failure. Let's see what we got. Weapon Master. Okay, there we go. Let's save that there. Okay, scrap down. Alright. Get a little more income. Offset this. Mr. Bitey.
Everything dies. My puppet starts. My bloodline calls.
You know, once I get this province, I'll call it here, huh? At least for this video. See how it does. And hopefully you've enjoyed it. I learned something at least. I know it's not the most exciting, but now we finally got the Lord trait we wanted. Or at least one of them. Granted, it doesn't really need the +8 melee attack, right? But and the missile strength doesn't really do anything for him. But extra armor piercing damage, well worth it. Well worth it.
Death is only the beginning. They shall despair.
No, the smarter play would have been Strigoi. But I want to run Graveguard this game.
My cruelty knows no limits.
Also, I don't like sieges in this game. Especially with vampire counts, it makes it a pain. Because you don't really have a way to deal with the towers. Unless you bring a bunch of flyers. So,
My puppet starts.
for now,
They shall despair. They will serve. Bring it all to me. The dead shall rise. This better be important. Move. I'll have your soul. Deliver it unto me.
wish they had a way to deal with
Good. This will do. Definitely. Then go.
like a fortified stance like some of the other ones yet. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll call it once I complete this province. Let's see how it goes.
Arrival power comes to party.
P Street. Caught me off guard, so I'm trying to rush it. Hunger.
Can I assist?
Now I go with this.
Soon I'll be all powerful.
Merciless.
What do we got? Oh, this is gonna be a field battle, huh? Okay. This is just gonna be a slaughter anyway, so I'll just auto-resolve this, spare you the slow grind. And see how it goes till next time. Alright, folks. I'm going to call it there with that. To my subscribers, you all keep being amazing. Any drive-by rubberneck and viewers. Catch you next time. Have a happy Halloween. And a Warhammer-tastic day. No, have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night.